YouTube Sports News Script. Grayson Allen's championship moment that changed everything. Intro. Hook. What if I told you that one of the NBA's most reliable three-point shooters almost went unnoticed during his freshman season at Duke? Today, Grayson Allen is recognized as one of the league's elite perimeter shooters and an important contributor in the NBA. But back in 2014 and 2015, he wasn't the headline recruit, he wasn't the projected superstar, and for much of Duke's championship season, he wasn't even in the starting lineup. Yet when the biggest game of the season arrived, the 2015 NCAA National Championship against Wisconsin, it was Grayson Allen who delivered one of the greatest performances of his college career. More importantly, according to legendary Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski, Allen made what may have been the greatest hustle play in Duke basketball history. Today, we're taking a look back at that unforgettable championship game, how Allen became the unexpected hero, and how that single night helped launch a career that continues in the NBA more than a decade later. Let's get into it. The background. Heading into the 2014-15 season, Duke had assembled one of the most talented recruiting classes in the country. The spotlight belonged to three elite freshmen. Jahlil Okafor was considered one of the best centers in America. Tyus Jones was viewed as an elite point guard with incredible basketball IQ. Justise Winslow arrived as a versatile forward expected to become an NBA lottery pick. Those three freshmen dominated the headlines. Grayson Allen, meanwhile, entered Durham with far less attention. He was viewed as a talented athlete with potential, but few expected him to become a major contributor on a team loaded with future NBA players. Surrounding the freshman was an experienced supporting cast. Senior Quinn Cook provided leadership and eventually sacrificed his starting point guard role so Tyus Jones could run the offense. Amile Jefferson accepted coming off the bench despite being one of Duke's most dependable forwards. Marshall Plumlee also embraced a reserve role, giving Duke valuable interior depth. Then there was Matt Jones. Originally recruited as a three-point shooter, Jones discovered early in his college career that scoring wasn't going to define his role. Instead, he reinvented himself into one of Duke's toughest perimeter defenders. Coach Mike Krzyzewski frequently praised Jones for his consistency, once saying he never had a bad practice. That willingness from veteran players to sacrifice individual roles became one of the biggest reasons Duke developed championship chemistry. Wisconsin's incredible tournament run. Waiting for Duke in the national championship game was an outstanding Wisconsin team led by Frank Kaminsky, Sam Decker, Nigel Hayes, Bronson Koenig, and head coach Bo Ryan. The Badgers had just accomplished something almost nobody believed possible. In the Final Four, Wisconsin defeated undefeated Kentucky 71-64. Ending the Wildcats' perfect season and preventing one of the greatest championship runs in NCAA history. Because of that monumental upset, many analysts suddenly viewed Wisconsin as the favorite to win the national title. The stage was set, a battle between two outstanding teams. Championship game timeline. The first half was exactly what fans expected. Neither team could pull away. Duke relied on Tyus Jones and Justise Winslow, while Wisconsin answered through Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker. At halftime, the score was tied 31-31. Everything was still up for grabs. But early in the second half, disaster struck for Duke. Wisconsin found its rhythm offensively. The Badgers built a 9-point lead. Even worse, Jahlil Okafor had already been limited by foul trouble after picking up 2 fouls during the first half. Momentum belonged entirely to Wisconsin. For many viewers, it looked like the Badgers were about to finish an unforgettable tournament run with a national championship. Then Mike Krzyzewski looked down his bench. And Grayson Allen answered the call. Grayson Allen's defining moment. Allen entered the game with incredible confidence and immediate energy. Almost instantly, he attacked Wisconsin's defense. He knocked down jumpers. He drove aggressively to the basket. He finished through contact. He played with fearless intensity. Most importantly, he completely shifted the momentum. Allen scored 16 points off the bench. At one point, he personally scored 8 consecutive Duke points, completely changing the complexion of the game. He also grabbed 5 rebounds and recorded an assist while playing relentless defense. Every possession seemed to inject new life into Duke. Instead of looking overwhelmed by the championship atmosphere, Allen appeared energized by it. But his biggest contribution wasn't even a basket. Late in the game, Allen dove across the floor for a loose ball, sacrificing his body to secure possession during one of the game's most critical moments. It was the type of effort that rarely appears on a stat sheet but often decides championships. Coach Krzyzewski was so impressed that after the game he called it, possibly the greatest play in Duke basketball history. Coming from a coach with more than 4 decades of legendary moments, that statement carried enormous weight. Historic company. Think about what Coach K was comparing Allen's hustle play to. Duke basketball has produced some of the most iconic moments in NCAA history. There was Johnny Dawkins' clutch defensive stop against Notre Dame. Christian Laettner's unforgettable game-winning shot against Kentucky in 1992. Shane Battier's championship-saving defensive block against Arizona in the 2001 NCAA title game. Austin Rivers' dramatic buzzer beater at North Carolina. All of those legendary highlights are permanently etched into college basketball history. Yet Coach K believed Allen's hustle play belonged alongside every one of them because it perfectly represented sacrifice, effort, and winning basketball. Duke closes the deal. With Allen providing the spark, Duke slowly erased Wisconsin's lead. Tyus Jones delivered several huge baskets during the closing minutes. Justise Winslow continued making winning plays despite battling foul trouble. Okafor contributed when he returned. The Blue Devils eventually completed the comeback and defeated Wisconsin 68-63 to capture the NCAA National Championship. Tyus Jones finished with 23 points and was named the tournament's most outstanding player. Allen's 16-point performance became one of the biggest stories of the night. Without his second-half explosion, Duke very likely doesn't win that championship. Fan reactions. Even years later, college basketball fans continue discussing Allen's performance. Duke supporters regularly describe it as one of the greatest bench performances in NCAA championship history. Many fans point to Allen's fearless mentality as the turning point that changed everything. Wisconsin fans, meanwhile, still remember how quickly the momentum shifted once Allen entered the game. Across basketball communities and social media, highlights from that championship continue to circulate every March as fans relive one of the most memorable NCAA title games of the modern era. Many analysts also revisit Coach K's comments about Allen's hustle play whenever discussions arise about the greatest effort plays in college basketball history. How that night changed Allen's career. That championship performance gave Grayson Allen national recognition. Over the following seasons at Duke, he became one of the team's primary scorers and leaders. Although his college career included moments of controversy alongside impressive basketball achievements, there was never any doubt about his competitiveness. Eventually, Allen entered the NBA and gradually developed into a dependable professional. Instead of trying to become a high-volume superstar scorer, he embraced a role built around shooting, toughness, defense, and smart decision-making. That adaptability has allowed him to enjoy a long NBA career. Latest update. As of today, July 2026, Grayson Allen remains known around the league as one of basketball's dependable veteran guards and an excellent three-point shooter. His journey from overlooked freshman to NCAA championship hero and productive NBA contributor is often cited as an example of how preparation and opportunity can intersect on the biggest stage. Meanwhile, Duke basketball continues building under a new generation of coaches and players, but the 2015 championship remains one of the defining achievements of the Mike Krzyzewski era. Whenever Duke fans look back at that title run, Allen's incredible second-half performance against Wisconsin remains impossible to forget. Looking ahead. Every March, the NCAA tournament creates new heroes. Some are expected, others arrive completely out of nowhere. Grayson Allen belongs firmly in that second category. He wasn't the biggest recruit. He wasn't the opening night star. But when Duke needed someone most, he delivered one of the greatest championship performances in school history. More than a decade later, that unforgettable night remains one of college basketball's greatest reminders that championships aren't always won by the biggest names, they're often won by the player ready to seize the moment. Outro. What do you think? Was Grayson Allen's performance against Wisconsin one of the greatest bench performances in NCAA championship history? And do you agree with Coach Mike Krzyzewski that Allen's hustle play deserves consideration as the greatest play in Duke basketball history? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of college basketball's most unforgettable championship moments, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest sports stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.